scared of Tesla. I want my what do you call it?
Driving
My
car.
Tesla 3. Wow. There we go.
Son of a bitch and bastard. Son of a
Thanks
bitch
a lot,
and
Paul.
bastard.
You ruined our
Son of a bitch
lives.
and bastard.
You ruined our lives.
Son of a bitch
Oh
and
my
bastard.
God.
Son of a bitch and bastard.
You son of a bitch.
Bastard.
Hey, thanks for the heads up, people.
No, I'm going to blame it on them.
That's the BBOG PP cast take 2.
If you couldn't hear it, it's your fault.
Yeah, you should have fucking figured it out before we went on air, you sons of bitches. Today is April 2nd, 18. What did I say earlier? Oh, it was after Jesus' day. Suddenly Stankfoot Dyer. Let's go over here again. There's my brother, Christopher Bringus Rajneesh. Brothersbear.com. Let's go over to here. Let's look at these boys.
What up?
Mark 17 Mixer Perez, Matt Double Helix Harmon, and we go to the bbpbcast@gmail.com. Where were we at, boys?
3mail.com.
We hit that button for
The
me,
We're,
tree.
sweet boy.
we're talking about Luke Skywalker has
Oh yeah,
a
Skywalker's
real
a rude.
long PP, and he was doing yoga, and then he had a flashback of him sodomizing Kylo Ren with his lightsaber.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He didn't even put any spit on his lightsaber.
Why not?
Anybody's been-
Do you think that would help the
I think it
plasma?
would help. No,
He's
it
just
would, yeah.
like that.
And then there was Yoda. They thought they just brought Yoda back.
He came back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was just hanging out on some island. No, he was a ghoul.
He was a ghost again.
Yeah.
He was a ghost in what was that? Like the first 3 movies or
I don't
second
remember any
movie?
of that shit.
Well,
any of
after
Star Wars.
no, he died in the Return of the Jedi at the beginning of that one. But then he comes to talk to Luke, and he's like, "Oh, you fucked Kylo Ren in the ass with a lightsaber, whoa!" Or something like that.
More like Return of the Deadeye.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, Deadeye.
Return
Is that,
of fucking Jerry Sandusky Skywalker.
They gotta let him out of jail, or is he dead?
Penn
He's
State
alive.
Wars.
Yeah,
Hey, he's learned his lesson. Don't
he
you
didn't
think?
mean it.
Yeah, it was an accident.
Did he molest like over 200 kids or some shit?
No, that was the
Sandusky.
flip around boy.
Paterno.
Oh, yeah. Sandusky just knew about it, right?
No,
No,
Paterno knew about it. Sandusky was fucking everybody.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about
Jared Fogle.
the guy who fucked all them gymnast girls.
Oh yeah.
Those
yeah.
girls have strong legs. Why didn't they just squeeze them?
Mm. Right?
That's what I would have done.
I don't
Um,
know.
Yeah,
You wouldn't
he's
have just
a bad
squeezed
boy.
them, Mark?
Weren't they like 13?
Well, a lot of them. I guess that's the
I
best
think
way.
you could overpower even a strong 13-year-old.
If he would have done that where I come from, you know what we would have done to him?
Made him a rabbi?
No, give
Shoot
him
him.
30, 40 years in jail.
Yeah, you cut his dick off.
Yeah.
How old is he?
And you
He
stuff
could
it
get
in
out.
soft.
Oh
like
yeah,
orange
he's not good
potatoes.
now.
Aren't we like castrating or what is
Castrating?
it? Castrating him?
I don't,
Like
is that
chemically?
legal?
I think they're I think they're
Oh,
think-
like
Yeah, they do the chemical castration.
Well, they give you the choice. You don't have to. I'd say no, thank you,
Oh,
Daddy.
I thought he was
what's the point
I
if
thought
you're
he
in
was
jail?
the first mandatory.
It's not like he's gonna be around kids
I
no
don't know.
more.
But when I'm out there diddling kids, I
You
don't
break
want
out?
it for my penis to not work.
That's true. You would want your penis to
Yeah,
work.
you got to get it. I went to the doctor today. I was so
You
terrified.
gotta feel like you have a giant dick around all them kids.
Oh yeah,
That's probably the
It
point.
makes you feel real bad. I was at the. Yeah. So I was at the doctor today to see about my pee-pee, and he says to me, and I'm terrified. I have a terrible disease. I have elephantitis of the micropenis.
Oh dear.
Oh, so you can't. The only way you can tell is if you stand 50, 60 feet away.
Then it looks tiny.
Yeah, it's a micro penis.
We looked up a micro penis. What does it? You have to be
It's
less than
2.5
2
inches or
inches
something like that.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh, hard.
Yep.
So I'm good to go.
Yeah, I could.
I
do-
got a new ruler with
do not
millimeters on
qualify.
it.
Yeah, I think I could really take care of somebody with 2 inches. I'm
like
a very
like make them jism.
oh yeah, I'm a very generous man with my penis.
That's good.
Very generous.
Well, what about with their penis?
If their penis gets hard, then it makes me I get disgusted. Yeah, I do not want you to enjoy anything that I do to you.
Why not?
I'm a very disturbed man.
All right.
I'm not doing well. Look at me.
Yeah.
You
Can
should
you
do
explain
it
your
all.
garb to us?
I had to start taking well, I
joined a
started
cult.
taking so I seen that commercial on the TV. And they're like, do you wish you had a better brain by eating something that was originally found in jellyfish? And I was like, well,
Prevagen.
where do you find it now? You get it?
Yeah, 'cause
It was originally found in jellyfish. Where do you find it now if it's not in
Jesus.
jellyfish? But then I
No,
was,
that was not.
but I'm also, I don't know if you should be eating something that doesn't have a brain to make your brain go zoom zoom. How come?
Speaking of jellyfish, to get serious just for 2 seconds,
Two of
did you
them.
see that jellyfish they discovered that can completely regenerate itself all the time?
no.
And
That's
so it never dies?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's
Jesus.
great.
That's
Yeah.
some micro
How do
jelly
they know
boy.
that?
That's why you got to put it in your brain.
Some kids at work were telling me about this thing that they could inject into your skin to make it bulletproof now or something like that.
Ah,
From like
whatever.
a stingray or something like that. I can't. I
Yeah.
wasn't listening.
I've seen it. It's just prototype stage, though. so-
Right?
Yeah.
From a stingray,
All
though,
right, you
not from a
kids are
bullet.
Crazy with the shit.
Yeah.
No, it's
I was-
Not
they
a
make
real
it,
bullet.
They've studied
Yeah.
stingrays to make
The first thing I
material.
said to him, I was like, "How are we gonna protect ourselves from our government then?"
Yeah. Well, it's a little late for that alligator fighter. What was his name?
Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Steve Irwin.
He got killed by a sting boy.
Yeah, sting boy.
Sometimes
Those
you
are the scariest.
Is it a stingray? Am I right about
I think-
that?
yeah,
I
I
think
think
it
so.
is a stingray. Yeah, it's some
Why
kind
are
of,
they wasting time on that? Why
I
don't they
don't
work
know.
on regular bullets for
they're-
these
They
kids?
weave something into your skin, and all of a sudden it's bulletproof.
No,
But
it
what does
stops
that
regular
mean?
bullets, but
Oh,
What?
it will
But
stop
not
regular
s-
bullets.
but not-
And stingrays, and
But
that's
if
it.
if
It's
they're
still
irregular
very, very-
bullets,
What if
you
they are
can't stop an
irregular?
irregular one.
Irregular.
that's why I'm like, where do you draw the line? Like, what's is a bullet and what's not? You know what I mean? Is like a flying rod at your fucking face, like a bullet at that point?
Yeah, definitely.
What the?
And it'll stop it?
Sting
Yeah,
boys?
it's gonna stop anything. Like, I mean, it probably stops knives even.
I used to wear.
This
so
sounds like
early into
tomfoolery, if
prototype.
you ask me.
Yeah, it sounds like
It's
tomfoolery.
so early in the prototype
Yeah.
stage.
But what would
like,
they-
it's like one of those concepts.
Yeah, but I could go on the internet right now and be like, I'm inventing a new shoe.
Exactly. Basically, it's just
It's in
scientists that
early
thought of an
stages,
idea.
though.
I want to have a
they haven't done it yet.
torpedo-proof swim mask.
Yeah, you don't want to.
You out there fishing in the sea,
Under the sea. Under
He's
the
on a.
sea.
You should
and
be
then
on.
somebody gets crazy and they shoot you in the face with a torpedo.
Yeah, well, stop that shit.
I wonder if there's any new torpedo technology.
Oh, there's got to
I'm
be.
sure. saying.
Yeah, Russia's making a new torpedo out of lacquer boxes.
Fantastic.
That way they can
Torpedo.
they can sell it to a whale in the ocean bottom.
Lacquer
Speaking
boxes.
of bulletproof children, those kids at that school district tried to do a Second Amendment march,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was like 75 kids across the whole district, and they
Oh.
were out for like 15 minutes.
Where?
And they went back in.
In
That
Florida?
Parkland or
Oh,
whatever.
really?
Yeah.
They're like,
they were-
we should have our guns.
Today was the first day of forced clear backpacks.
Oh, I saw that, and they were putting aluminum foil in them so
Yeah.
no one could see them.
Right. It's just like, you guys are idiots.
Yeah, well, fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But that made me laugh real hard that it was.
I just take my marijuana in my
75
pants
kids.
then.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Right.
I used to buy pot from this boy in high school,
Well,
Yeah.
and he had this hollowed out thing in his belt, and the weed would fit inside the belt.
yeah. I don't
We
know.
did it in Crayola markers. Just take all the marker shit out.
I guess I
stuff
always
it in
did
there.
have weed in high school.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
well, I mean, it was harder to find sometimes.
I always
Well,
left it in the
now-
car though. Once I had a car.
Yeah, me too. That
Now
was
they
the only
throw
reason to
you in
get
the
a car.
shit can. They kick
Yeah.
you out of school. In my day, they hold it until the end of the day and give it back to you.
In a shit
That's
can, though.
great.
Well, they put you in the shit
They
can
put you in
now
the
shit
if you
can
bring
now.
marijuana.
Yeah.
Well, no, fucking cameras are everywhere now.
Right.
Tavia, our niece, was showing me all the cameras that all the kids get caught smoking pot with. She knew where they all were, so that's smart.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I was over at the Starbucks. I go to the Starbucks, and I got these 3 gals that want some of this fucking dire dick. Some of this suddenly stink foot dire dick. If they smell my feet, maybe not.
Yeah. Nuts.
But so I go in there, and the girl was like, I haven't seen you in so long. We've missed you. And I'm thinking, I go to the drive-thru, and I throw money at you.
Right?
We don't talk. We have you have no idea how I am in life. So I, put on the dire charm. My brother and I got the dire charm.
My cock, my dick and my cock.
She's like, where you been? And I was like, well, I've been driving around my niece a lot. And she goes, oh my God, that is so sweet. And she starts like getting like fawning over it.
Wow.
And I was like, well, it's not that sweet. I'm just taking to her pot classes. And then, which is a joke.
Right.
And I was like, as long as she doesn't smoke my pot, everything's fine. And all they do is
Yeah, that's what he did.
they all three of them dropped their jaws.
That's
and
hilarious.
didn't say another word, and I just left.
I'm not used to that because the same kind of thing kind of happened to me. I went to go get my hair cut. This is real quick.
Yeah.
I
Good.
I went to get my hair cut, and like she's like, so what are you doing after work? I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go
Do them tweeds.
hit the dispensary and then go chill out. And then she got all silent.
Why would anybody be surprised?
So what are we doing to your hair?
Look at-
Oh, you want a
That
pot
happened-
leaf in the back of your
right
head?
away.
This
It's
is
like,
what happened to me.
What the fuck? I'm not used to that.
On the same thing. I was at a coffee shop today, and there's this woman with a child, and she was a little tiny baby, and I go, oh, it's such a lovely baby. It still smells like your pussy.
Wow, that's a great compliment. I don't see why anyone would be offended by that. Would they
Yeah, I don't see
offended?
And I
why.
picked up the baby, and I went,
Yeah, you shouldn't pick up the baby, I guess.
No, I'll do it. I picked the baby. I like the smell of that lady's pussy.
You can't pick up strangers' babies,
That's great.
even to smell their pussy.
This is the other
You should have
thing.
just picked up the lady and like put her up against your face.
Oh, yeah. This is the other
And-
thing you do to a lady if they're holding a baby. You go up to them and say, I'd rather eat your pussy than that baby's pussy.
That's a good idea.
That way they know that you don't want to fuck the kid, but you want to fuck them.
Ah, there you go.
No confusion.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you
confusion.
don't
Yeah.
want to get caught
No.
with the
No,
kid
no.
stuff.
You
But
want
the
to be
mom
very
stuff,
clear.
that's fine.
Yeah, you want to be very clear who you want to be fucking in that situation right
yeah,
there.
it's
Yes.
horrible. You ever go down to the zoo and you can't believe that all these animals are naked. So you just start masturbating because it's very exhilarating to see a naked kangaroo.
That's true. But you masturbate in their pouch, right?
You got to open up the pouch. I thought there was quarters in there.
I know. With all that nakedness, you'd think they would sell some whippets at the zoo.
Yeah.
You know?
I never did try a whippet. I'm sure you two have.
Oh, they're fun.
Oh yeah. I
And
saw
what
some
about my brother? You done a whippet?
Nah, I'll do it in the whippet.
So what is
though.
that? Just this
Nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
nitrous oxide.
So what do you do? You get silly?
There's different ways to do it.
Just slows
There's
you down.
there's like a cracker that you put a balloon on the end, and you can crack it, and then it goes into the balloon, and you huff the balloon.
What if you blow up the balloon? You lose your whippet?
Yep.
Yep.
That's too
And
bad.
it's weird because it gets cold,
They used to piss me off because I don't know who the hell it was.
like ice cold.
They would use the whipped cream all the time. They'd take all the fucking
Yep.
gas out of it, and then
Mhm.
I couldn't
I know
pour
who
my
it
whipped
was.
cream on a
It just-
pie.
it just
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit sucks.
yeah.
fucking
No,
ruined it.
that used to be the ready whip at my house.
And
I used
there's
to
not
fucking
even one of those cans isn't even enough.
What
to
are you
get
doing
hot.
downstairs?
You literally have to
Your
use
mother's
like 3
Jewish
cans
all
of
of a
whipped
sudden.
cream.
I like pass out and hit my head on the oven and shit.
You ever
Man.
pass out on a whippet?
Yeah, definitely.
My brother, when we were, I don't know, this is one of the first signs he was a, what do you call it?
A
A
deranged
chemical
addict that I can't-
dependent.
There
Yeah,
you go.
I've got to put things in my
It's a
body.
fancy word for
We
it.
were like fucking. We were in elementary school. It was like a field day, and they had them bouncy castles.
It was a cakewalk.
Was it a cakewalk? Everybody was walking
Well,
on
that's
cakes.
where I did it. I was huffing.
Well, yeah, they gave you all the. He was huffing all the helium out of these balloons.
Nice.
But he took like 9 or 10 of them down,
I
and-
couldn't.
and he fucking passed the fuck out. If I remember right.
Yep, that's right. I can't help it that helium is so addicting.
Everything is.
Right.
I can't do anything. God damn it.
It's way more fun with nitrous.
Have you tried helium and nitrous together?
No, I would imagine that'd be crazy.
Helium and
though.
nitrous. That'd be kind of funny. Like, I wonder what order would you do it in, Clell?
Mix them together.
Nitrous first. Definitely.
Oh yeah,
See,
why
the
could you just put
helium
them, mix
doesn't-
them together?
Yeah.
That's what I was
But
thinking.
It just kills you if you.
I've done nitrous.
Well,
on
isn't that what it
DMT.
does? It like freezes your. The helium freezes your fucking
Lungs. If you do it straight. Oh, not the helium, the nitrous. one.
nitrous. Yeah.
Yeah, if you do it straight out of the container, it will.
Well, that's what.
You're
Yeah,
scaring me.
people are.
That's why
Yeah,
you
you
put it in
almost
the balloon.
died when you were 9.
I don't like hearing about lungs.
You're still alive. You did all right.
That's why they put it in the balloons. So
That,
so it won't freeze.
I watched, that not Scared Straight. What's the other one? The Addiction Show?
I should know this, but I don't.
Intervention.
There you go.
So the real famous one is when the girl was doing that.
I'm walking on
yeah.
cum
Air duster.
slime.
The air duster, and she did that. I'm walking on. What'd she say?
I'm walking
Nah.
on cum slime.
She took this big old hit and
Oh.
was like, "I want the sunset," and I was like, I need some of that.
Oh, the sunshine chick, and she
Yeah.
got the blue lips and shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, that's
Yeah,
all I
I
thought.
remember her.
Everybody else was horrified. I'm like, holy shit! I need to try that, but I was too scared. Good thing I was too scared.
Yeah, well, they put that bitter in it now, so it's,
I
it's
don't
totally
care.
shit. It's shit story.
You can still
I
get
drink
medical
Mad
grade.
Dog 2020.
You do what?
You can still get medical grade nitrous.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not talking nitrous. I'm talking air can.
Duster.
It's the same stuff. though.
Duster,
I
bro.
don't think it is.
Duster,
It is.
brah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the same stuff they put in whipped cream. It's the same.
Oh, really?
It's
Is
air
that,
duster, yeah.
okay, that makes sense. It makes
That's
sense.
stupid.
Because it does
It's
get
just
cold.
compressed
Actually, I
air,
just
yeah,
use
it's
compressed air to
Yeah.
try and fix a laptop.
Anything with
but-
compressed air. is
To no
makes it
avail.
happy.
You're like my dad. Hi,
Huh.
Daddy.
I
He
need
uses
some-
You said
he uses a can of air on everything
to fix
it.
everything.
He's
Yeah.
like, that Jeep is broke. Get my can of air.
I was penis huffed all the time. It was horrible.
Yeah, it's true.
That's fucking funny. That's like
Oh,
my dad
poor-
with calculators. He tries to do everything with calculators, and he
Does
has
he?
like 500 different calculators. I swear.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
With-
Are they all any good?
No, they're.
Oh.
I mean, they're all most of them are absolute shit calculators. Like
That's
the ones
too
that you
bad.
get for free from,
From the
places
bank
or
for
whatever.
signing.
I used to use
So
my
what
If
do
you
we
put
do with it?
$5,000 into this account, you get a free calculator.
Yeah.
Your dad just types boobs in them all the time.
Oh, yeah, this is out to all my
Boobs.
motherfuckers.
8008.
Pops got a big check.
A-double-O-H.
Pops pee-pee, motherfucker.
Pops
Let's start this shit out motherfucking hot. Pee-pee be taking up the whole block. Close to the sun, that shit ain't burning. It's got its own orbit, so don't be squirming. $2 a ride, that dick lives outside. It would take 2 hangers, a house is underside. This peck could be second to none. Don't stare. You know that shit's close to the sun, motherfucker.
And our daddy's pee-pee was addicted to dusters.
Oh yeah. He sent me down to office despot 2 or 3 times a day. And just get crates of them and crates of them.
Yeah, I mean, you remember his penis is huge.
Yeah. Like the tip of his would get blue.
Well, yeah,
Because you
but
do so much duster through it.
we had to hook a garden hose into it and then put 6 cans into the hose at once
Wow.
just to even get his dick a little high.
Well, he couldn't. Towards the end there, we wouldn't even bother with any of that. We just stick the can in his urethra and you crush him.
He would just crush that bastard and then get high immediately, like those beer thingies.
Like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You know, when they shotgun the beer, his dick would do that.
I
It got
figured-
real bad though. It was like 4 at a time.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured you would commission a fire engine or something and just like fill it up with nitrous or something.
Well,
you know, and
he
then-
had an antique fire engine addiction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he spent all his money on antique ones,
He'd be crushing
but the
them.
pumps wouldn't work, so you couldn't use his
That
nitrous
was
in
terrible.
there. Yeah.
And then he tried to sew on Gila Monster neck to his penis.
Well, why though?
He was
To help the
when he
weed,
got scared,
get
he
high?
thought it would make a bear run away.
Yeah, I heard that you got to get bigger and taller than the bear.
Oh yeah.
Well, that was no
There's
problem.
no fooling with a bear.
But you
That was no
I
problem.
don't know
His
why
dick
he-
was already
oh,
bigger than
yeah.
that bear.
Right. Yeah. But he just thought the
Well, you ever seen
the
that
Gila monster thing would
that
improve his
video
chances.
when that guy, the bear whisperer or whatever, was out in the woods and he got he brought his woman out there and he got mauled by them
Oh
bears.
yeah. Timothy
Yeah.
Treadwell, I
It
think.
was his dick. It wasn't them bears.
Well, he just get scared of grizzlies.
They're big boys.
He's big.
Not their
yeah.
dicks, though. They have baby dicks. Them grizzlies.
Yeah, it'd be frightening. One time he caught a narwhal. He was out in the sea and he just dipped in for a bit, and it was the only thing that ever he was sucking it into the urethra, like I said, and he was trying to chomp it up in there real good, and his penis started choking.
They had to have the Coast Guard come.
Yeah.
free it.
Well, they had to come. Yeah, they come and then they had to make a 73-man ring to give his penis the Heimlich maneuver.
And they had a helicopter and everything.
They had to pick between that and a great white that came up on shore.
So
Fuck them great whites.
yeah, so the Coast Guard shows up and his Gila monster neck pops out.
And they all got so scared.
he thought the Coast Guard was a grizzly bear.
That's good.
He
Oh,
was,
Papa's
it was-
pee-pee.
It was very. It was a good time.
Oh yeah, this is
Not
out
for his
all my
pee-pee.
motherfuckers.
His
pee-pee got choked.
Papa's pee-pee,
Motherfucker.
Let's start this shit out motherfucking hot. My pep's pee-pee be taking up the whole
I stole this from Stevie
Close to the
Wonder.
sun, that shit ain't burning. It's got its own orbit, so don't be squirming. $2 a ride, that dick lives outside. It would take 2 hangers to house his underside. This pet could be second to none. Don't stare. You know that shit's close to the sun.
Motherfucker. That's why I was at the Kokoro the other day. And see, I think our customers are fucking insane, but I think theirs is a whole nother level of insanity.
Where?
Kokoro, it's like this little Japanese.
Oh, I've never been
Is
there.
it Japanese? I
Do
don't
it-
even know if it's
Yeah,
Japanese.
Where's
It's like a
one
bowl
still
house.
open? Where's one
There's
still
a pair of them.
open? Oh.
I don't know where the second one is.
Well,
Lakewood or something.
I thought
Okay.
it was on Broadmoor Road.
I go to the one on Evans in almost Colorado.
I've always wanted to try that. Is it like a poke bowl type thing? Like kind
I
of what
think
they
they
do?
have poke.
Now, do you remember Tokyo Yo-Yo Bowl that was over here? Tokyo
Tokyo
Yo-Yo.
Bowl?
Yeah.
when we were
Tokyo-
kids.
Yeah.
It's like that. You
Yeah,
just
it's
a
like
rice
that.
and meat or
Yeah.
veggies or whatever.
Okay.
And like they have more degenerate bastards than we have, which is hard to do.
Mhm.
We got some of the craziest motherfuckers in the world. So I'm in there and I just sit down and I noticed 2 people, and they weren't together. They were 2 separate people. And I'm like, well, these people are going to be trouble. I could tell
Yep.
because I got that restaurant intuition.
Mm-hmm.
And so the one guy he was like, you know, this place was a Tokyo Bowl. And she goes, no, it wasn't. Yes, it was. I remember. And then she went through the whole history, and it had no Tokyo Bowl in there. Well, none whatsoever.
She said, "Hey, motherfucker, I'm Kokoro herself."
Yeah, it was Mrs. Kokoro.
Yeah.
So it's a
Mrs.
family
Kokoro.
business, so they have to tell the story like we do all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And then so he's arguing with her, and then from 2 seats down, you hear, "Are you that pregnant Asian?" And I'm looking at this woman like, holy fucking shit. And if you saw this woman, she's like this really attractive, very thin Asian woman. She's American Asian. Asian American. I don't know which side she's on.
Right.
Let's
But
see.
she's like got this incredible body, this wonderful rumpus. You would love it.
Oh,
Long
yeah?
neck.
Mm.
She has thicker lips, though. You might not like that.
Well, you know,
How's it
That's a
know?
good
I've
for-
had to make.
And so she looks at her midsection and is like, no, I'm not pregnant. And then she's like, there was this other Asian woman here that was pregnant. Oh, that must be her. Y'all look alike. And then so,
Oh my god, dude! What the fuck?
and so I'm just staring at her like with complete disgust because you know I haven't been able to handle my anger anyways
Sure.
lately.
Yeah.
I've been a very angry boy.
Yeah, he is.
And so I'm looking at her like, are you fucking serious? You fucking piece of shit. And then so it cools down a little bit. Tokyo Bowl boy leaves, the arguer, and then my food comes. And then Mrs. Pregnant that yelled at that poor woman was like, where the fuck's my food? Screaming at the poor non-pregnant woman.
Oh no.
And this place is like as fast as like McDonald's. It's the fastest
Right.
fucking place in the fucking world.
Right.
And then so the lady was like, well, I'm too pregnant to bring your food. Well, that's what I would have said.
Oh, I was gonna say, damn.
Was it what did you get the vegetable bowl with what?
Just veggies and rice.
Do you get
And
a
I put a
sauce
little
on
soy
there?
sauce on it. Nah, and all their sauces have
They don't cook
beef
their
base and shit.
rice and
Really?
bone broth, do they?
no. Even their teriyaki has some sort of
Man, you
like
know what's
weird,
beef
weird,
or
guys?
something. in it.
Cum.
I'm starting to lose my taste for meat. Like
happens.
it always like, dude, it just tastes like shit half of the time.
That's what happened
Like,
to me.
It's
Yeah,
just
half the
bad
time.
meat, and
I
it
feel
just sucks, and I don't even want to eat the rest of my meal half of the time because of it. And it's like,
Donald
It's-
Trump's fault.
It's
Yeah.
because
Donald
you
Trump's
drink.
fault.
You love to have your pop sodas.
Well, if you think about it, even if
this is water,
It's
you
your
are a
whimsy.
meat eater,
huh?
you got to think about it. It's like any other factory. They pump it out quicker than it can probably
Right.
mature.
Right.
So if they did it some sort of sustainable way, like 200 years ago, it might be different.
Yeah, I
Right.
didn't
So
like
I
getting chicken ligaments in my mouth.
Yeah,
No?
dude, I hate that shit. Like,
I
with
mean,
You know those
passion.
chickens got extra ligament, make them run faster.
I like it.
In the Olympics.
I mean, that's.
I was
that-
hoping maybe if I eat enough of them, they go to my knees.
And then, so the rest of my Kokoro story
Yeah, sorry.
As so this is all cooled down. I gave that woman a look from death, and then this gal next to me, she was staring at me the whole fucking time. There, hold on. There you go, brother.
I'm listening.
No, I was giving you a better view of your.
That's my
Tattoo.
hammer and sickle. I'm from Russia.
My brother's a Russian.
1917, Russia.
That's great shit.
That's
dude.
our Twitter password. Russia 1917. Somebody hack it and do something interesting.
Oh God.
I want to see if anybody does it. Good for you if you do.
Is that really the Twitter password?
Yeah, it is. Go ahead.
That's fucking
So this woman next to me, she's staring at me like a mad woman. This whole entire time, I can feel her just staring at me, and I think she might have wanted like to intercourse on me a little bit.
That
But
one-
she was a little overweight,
Yeah.
an
Mhm.
extremely pale redheaded girl,
Right.
and she was wearing these miniature fucking like workout pants,
Yeah.
Nice.
like she was working out. I don't think she was working out. I think it was just to cool off her pussy a little bit.
Sure.
I don't think it was because she was on a treadmill.
If you know what I'm saying.
So
That's my
she's
grip.
looking at me, and I could feel it because, you know, we get stared at sometimes, and I know it. It's my sixth senses, and I know I'm getting stared at.
Right?
That's my Superman quality.
It's because you're beautiful, brother.
Thank you. Especially when I'm eating bowls of rice. I eat one rice at a time. It takes me 4 hours to eat my bowl. And so finally she musters up the strength to talk to me, and she's like, goes, "Nice glasses." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And she goes, "They look like mine, don't they?" And she was trying to get me to compliment her glasses. And I didn't say anything. I was just said, "Thank you for my compliment."
Yeah, right,
And
right.
I didn't
That's
return.
for me.
And she turned bright red and left. But I've never been like forced into a compliment like that by a stranger.
Mm.
You know what I mean? What do you think of my glasses? Aren't I handsome?
Did you guys have the exact same glasses?
Not even close.
Oh, okay.
Hers were like tortoise shell, and they had like a full rim, and they were filthy because she was working out on the treadmill.
Mhm.
No, she
had-
wasn't.
It was her Gila monster neck.
Oh, it could have been.
It went foink. What do you call that thing? Extra
Gila
neck.
monster neck.
Gila
Foink.
Me.
I think that's called mating.
I wish I
I would-
had a webbed neck.
I wish I did too, and it only popped out when I was angry or something, so I didn't. People just knew it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dragon things.
They can
or
tell when
whatever.
I'm angry. I
Lizards.
just start jerking off and looking at you. Yeah.
You feel my
You
anger. It
fucking
makes me
yeah.
horny.
Kill you.
I'm horny with anger.
Real horny.
Did you guys see Trump's Easter speech yesterday?
No, I
He's
quit
talking
watching.
about how big the military was to all the little kids.
Hey kid, what do you think of these guns?
That was pretty fucking funny.
That's fucking funny.
That was just
Was Melania
it-
there?
Yeah, she was standing right beside him.
The size of our military.
But it was like he was giving a regular speech, and it was just like they painted the
Hey,
audience like just a
kids!
bunch of like 8-year-olds.
What do you think of that, kids?
It literally looked like a Key and Peele speak sketch or something.
That's
like
hilarious.
that.
China today with all them tariffs and shit.
Oh yeah.
They put tariffs back on us that affected states. Intended to affect states that voted for Trump.
Oh wow.
So they went after the
Oh.
industries in the states that.
Oh, that's
Trump
funny. That's
won.
good.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
Them Chinese are
well,
smart
they
enough,
don't.
think.
Need,
They're
they,
like, yeah, because
How
it's
did they
like,
not
why
say
would
it's
we?
good, though?
they don't need our fucking money.
Obviously, they're
No.
gonna tariff us back.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
and we
stupid.
get way more stuff from them than they
Yeah,
get from us.
absolutely.
It's so fucking.
You
stupid.
quit listening, Paul,
Well, that's good because
because we're talking about tariffs.
Maybe
and
the
It
stuff.
went
kids-
from 3 to 4, right?
maybe
there.
the kids will stop buying the Chinese bongs.
Yeah,
'Cause
right.
Oh,
they'll
maybe.
they'll
That's
cost
true.
too much, and then, you know.
They should just put a straight $20 tariff on everything that comes in the United States, and he'll have to fucking.
Well, he's tanking
Stop.
everything finally.
Oh yeah, he's fucking ruining everything. He's pissed off at Amazon. He's trying to break up some Amazon thing
Yeah,
because they own the Washington Post and they write bad articles.
You
about
think
it.
that's what it is, or do you
Yes,
think
I
it's because
know.
I
Homeboy
think
has
he's
more
jealous,
money
too.
than him?
I think it
Both.
might. I mean, it might be either one, but I'm sure it's because he's been harassing.
He
Amazon.
keeps making up shit about him.
Can't
They're ruining the postal service.
can't Elon Musk just buy the government and then delete
Oh,
it?
poor Elon.
That'd be great.
He's having
That'd
a
be
bad
better.
go.
You see his proposal for Facebook?
Yeah, that's why I was saying.
Why?
that.
What is he doing
He,
about
he,
Facebook?
offered to buy it so he
To-
could delete it.
Yeah, just to offer to buy Facebook to
and
delete
just
it.
delete it?
Yeah.
Oh man, he would get killed so fast.
I think it'd be
I
great.
think
I think it'd be great too, but look at what would the kids do?
Twitter.
They would just die all of a
they're
sudden.
all on.
The kids aren't even on
Snapchat
Facebook.
and-
Yeah,
it's
it's
all
all old
40-year-old
people.
motherfuckers on Facebook.
Nah, I
dude.
think the kids are on Facebook, ain't they?
No.
Not as much.
What do they
It's all
do?
Instagram, Twitter.
Snapchat
It's
and-
Instagram and Twitter and
Hmm.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, my poor
Twitch.
nieces, they're like 4 years old, and all they get is dick pics from other 4-year-olds all day long.
I didn't mean to send him that one of my own. That was an accident from me.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sorry,
happened to me
girls.
once. I sent this. I was trying to send a dick pic to the woman.
Yeah.
The next thing I get this email like, Patrick? It was my grandma. She's like, I know that dick from anywhere.
I'm impressed your grandma can email.
Oh,
No, it was a
she's got a
Snap
Gmail
texter.
account. It was great.
Oh, great.
She got it out of Dropbox.
She called it gook mail though. we found out.
Fuck.
Well, she was the worst racial slur woman.
Sure.
And I've learned all my a majority of them from that woman.
Well, we didn't know. Well, she was always talking about. We were talking about this last night.
We've talked
it-
about it many times on here.
They're always talking about Pete the Sheeny, Pete the Sheeny. So
Well,
I
and I
finally
thought it
looked
was Pete Sheeny. I thought
Yeah,
it was
like
like
the
DA, but he's like, no, it's the.
up the Sheeny.
Yeah.
And I guess that was a really horrible slur back in the day for Jews.
The Sheeny. Sheeny means something horrible about Jewish people.
Hey, Sheeny.
So that's old school racial slur.
Right.
We got to bring it back. You
Yeah.
think
Bringing
they
it
said
back.
that at them camps? Hey, Sheeny, get in there.
Hey,
I
Sheeny.
don't even think they did that. What, do you have some comments down there?
Yeah, actually, Sabato's saying the kids aren't on FB,
What's that?
Facebook.
Oh. See, I like words. I'm not used to not having
And then
words.
He doesn't have an A, a C, or an E, or an O, and an O, and a K on his typewriter.
and then Tex-Mex Matt said, Chris reminded me of Andy Kaufman when I first tuned in. Laugh face.
It's Kaufman.
Care?
Matt from
My brother just got here and he
Matt
Yeah, Matt.
Diaz Infante.
Yeah.
my brother just got back from wrestling women anyway.
Yeah, I
good.
wrestled my daughter today.
That's good.
Can you imagine if someone tried to do that now?
Oh, I wish they would. Trump would. I'll beat up that gal.
He's probably the only one that could get away with it.
Oh, why can't you wrestle a woman?
I could.
I could wrestle a woman.
I kicked the shit out of the women. Actually, they probably hurt me.
Yeah.
These women these days are fit.
Yeah.
They're all carrying things
Oh,
around.
man. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You know
That's
who I could beat
disgusting.
in a wrestling match?
Mm-hmm.
I could have beaten Pete the Sheeny anytime.
Yeah. On his fucking horse.
Yeah, I could have beaten him on his horse. He owned Mile High Stadium. Only instead of Mile High Stadium, it was a big heap of crap. He sold it all in World War II, became a multimillionaire.
He sure did.
He did.
Let's see. What do we got in here?
Pete
Do you know
Dashini.
why Stephen Hawkins is in hell?
Oh, hold on now. What do you don't know how to work a show?
I know how to do it.
Pete the Sheeny.
Pete Sheeny. Here, you could read it since you already started reading it. We got
Reading
our
it?
new email. You go down to bbppcast@gmail.com.
P-E-E-P-E-E.
This is an email from our homeless correspondent Paul PB.
Paul Baran.
He goes by Sabato or Polly B303.
And it's Stephen Hawking.
Yeah.
And then he's writing Hawkins.
Well, read the email.
I know. You know how you can guarantee Stephen Hawkins is in hell? Why? Because he don't exist? No, because there's only a stairway to heaven. That Stephen Hawkins will forever be known as the king of the mannequin challenge.
Oh boy, you did so good
That was
there.
good. Thank
No,
you.
you
Yeah,
didn't.
that was good. That was
I
good.
don't-
I would have went a couple different ways with that, Paul.
Emails.
I think I don't think he's. I think they've been doing a weekend at Bernie's with that guy since 1967.
Yeah, no shit.
They just they put
Just
peanut.
feel
If you
around
put
his-
peanut butter in a dead person's mouth, it goes yomp yomp.
He's blaming
Yeah.
autocorrect for
Yeah.
the Hawkins.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's
Oh,
funnier.
I don't care.
It's
I
funnier
like
that
Stephen
it's Hawkins.
I like it. I think he played a Duke.
Well, I couldn't look at that man.
Oh, I hate that nun.
I love that he never updated his voice.
Well,
He's-
yeah, no shit. He could have had any
He
voice.
coulda had
Even
Bob
back then, he
Dylan.
could have had any voice.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been that hard. But that jaw thing,
It's just making
Yeah,
himself
and
say
it didn't work out
I
for
couldn't
him.
handle that shit. Just looking at him made my fucking jaw hurt.
It's good that he got a wife before he.
Why
you
did
know,
they
He
make-
cheated on her
you know,
in his chair.
You know, whatever.
How did he cheat on her?
But,
He's
you know.
rich as fuck, wasn't
That's
he?
probably the only
that was
thing
nice
that
of her.
worked was his penis.
Hopefully. I guess you just had to give him a little Viagra. You ever try Viagra, anybody here?
No.
No?
If
Brother?
I did, I'd be
No.
fucking
I'm
hard for
scared.
like 2 days.
Well, that's what I'm scared about.
Yeah,
dude.
I
I'm
don't-
already hard for 4
I
hours.
got a
I'm
nice
scared.
cock as it is.
I don't need to add nothing to that.
Yeah.
My penis has already ruined my life.
Oh yeah.
And
That's
every-
true.
Yeah,
well,
you
not
don't
I'm
want
not
that.
talking about my daughter. I love she's short. She's
a
almost
sweet gal.
Yeah, she's she's a little tiny person, and it's funny. She falls on her ass. I'm trying to teach her to say cocksucker.
That's good.
She can't do it yet.
No.
No, all she can say is
That's disgraceful.
yeah,
Dada.
dick licker.
She is saying it. She says,
She says
Dada,
dick
cocksucker.
licker.
And that's ultimately more complex. So it's weird.
There's
Ultimate.
more,
Yeah.
wait, cocksucker,
Mm, right.
dick
Cock-
licker, same amount of, what is that?
I just
Syllables.
hope.
What?
Is it syllables? That's the word.
You
I'm
know what
looking
I
for.
want? I want for my poor daughter. I want for her to one day be able to get a nickel from Pete the Sheeny for a can of soda pop.
I hope he's still alive.
An empty can of soda. He goes around now. He doesn't have his horse anymore. He goes around on a snowmobile.
Who's Pete Tashini?
What?
You didn't hear us talking about
Yeah,
it
I
for
heard
like
you
10 minutes?
Yeah, I heard you talking about him, but who's he again?
Pete the Sheeny.
He was this
he went
Jew.
around.
Oh, that's right.
He went
I
around
get it
on
now.
horseback getting cans of soda from my grandmother and my
I got it
grandmother
now.
He would
only
steal,
Sorry.
from
steal from her.
1924
I had to
to
remember the D Sheeny.
1974.
And he bought Mile High Stadium with a bunch of cans.
Yeah.
And then he sold it for, what, like $300 million?
Multi-millionaire.
By the end of her story, because, each year would get exaggerated.
Mhm.
He sold it for like $300 million.
He was living high on Jew Street.
On Sheeny Street.
Yeah, he was. all
That
the
street
way-
had a nice sheen.
Mm.
It doesn't sound mean to me.
That's the worst.
Sheeny?
Yeah.
That's the nicest
I wonder what it
racial.
originates from.
Well, it said something about beautiful.
Yeah.
We looked it up.
Yeah. There's something. I don't
Hey,
know.
this is the BBOG cast
Mm.
for April 2nd. What year is it? 2018 is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
You want to go on to brothersrare.com and it'll bring you to our YouTube. Share our content. Subscribe to our content.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Mark's face over here and you hit the bbppcast at gmail.com. We already got one email. Go how fucking awesome we are.
We're great.
Nice.
I don't understand why they let that Hawkins guy. Well, he would go on The Simpsons or something, and they would use his actual. They would
I
make
know.
him talk.
Why-
Why would they make him talk? Why wouldn't they just have a fucking tin can go wappa wappa?
Have Arnold do it.
Yeah.
Arnold
don't
tried
need
to
it.
die the other day.
Yeah,
you
he
see
had a heart
that?
attack.
From what?
It's about time. From fucking lifting
Steroids.
weights for his whole goddamn
I
life.
saw a bunch of conspiracy theories about that already because he just
Ooh.
put some legislation down to I forgot what it was against, but
Is he even
Muscles.
still in politics?
it was like a day after he helped some legislation go through over something. I can't remember what it was, but then they're like, "Oh yeah, isn't that funny that he has a heart attack the day after he put some legislation out?"
Yeah, you fucking jerk.
I don't know what kind of.
Arnold.
I don't know what.
I just watched
Yeah.
his latest movie. Not a good movie.
What is
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know.
Terminator.
It's
Terminator.
Terminator
Right?
3.
No. It was
You ever wonder what
it was
Arnold
something on,
Schwarzenegger's middle
Twins
name
2.
is?
it was something
Oh,
on Amazon
it's
Prime. Maybe that's why.
that Mama movie or something like that, isn't it?
He was
Huh?
Mamma Mia. He played
no,
Mia.
it was with Jennifer
Mia.
Lawrence.
Mamma
What was
Mia.
it?
Nope. Wasn't that either.
He played Mia in Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia,
Amazon Prime
Mamma
Video is the
Mia.
worst fucking streaming service there is, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
you
like
There's
horrible.
nothing fucking good on there. So this movie was on there.
Have you
So
seen the
it was
wonderful?
Arnold, and his family dies in an airplane crash, and the air traffic controller is in trouble for it, and the whole movie Arnold's just like, I just want an apology. He's Southern. I want an apology. Now he's Habib. I can't do my Arnold right now.
You can't do an Austrian Southern accent.
Somebody do an Arnold for me.
What would you
Arnold.
do if I sang out
Out
of
of
tune?
tune.
Would you stand up and walk out on me?
There it is.
Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I don't need any help from anyone. If I want to get high, I'll grow my own marijuana.
So he goes to the airline. He's like, all I want is an apology. And the airline's, how about $200,000? And he's like, an apology, and he leaves. And then he finds the air traffic controller, like through a private investigator or something.
He got his own jet.
And then was like, he's gonna go for his apology.
Yeah.
So the guy opens the door. I never got an apology. And then the guy was like, leave me alone. I feel real bad as it is. And then Arnold stabs the guy in the neck.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then the guy dies in front of his kid.
Great.
And then Arnold goes to prison, but they don't even show the prison scenes. It's just him in prison one day. And then like this cellmate, an African-American gentleman, is reading him a letter. And then they're like, hey, you're free after 10 years, Arnold. And he's like, oh, that's sure is swell. And then he goes to the cemetery to see his dead wife and daughter or whatever. And then the kid who watched his dad get stabbed comes up behind him with a gun.
Jesus.
And he goes, I'm going to kill you. And then Arnold goes, I'm sorry. And then the movie ends. So he apologized, and the kid was like, oh, that's cool.
That's good.
And it's
Oh,
over.
wow.
Okay.
I watched the whole movie expecting, like, him to do some push-ups or,
Death.
like, a motorcycle chase or...
Something. It was
Yeah.
all drama.
And they even showed a naked scene of him. He's not looking good.
The show's dick.
No.
Oh.
That's good.
He was on steroids forever.
Oh,
Yeah.
I bet his poor pecker's a
Like-
disgrace.
Yeah.
That's why I had to
Micro
fuck
dick.
that ugly,
Made.
yeah. I don't know, I'd fuck an ugly maid. I'd
Yeah.
fuck a good-looking
I'd
maid.
fuck
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, because that's what broke him and Miss Maria Shriver up, right? Is that who it was?
I don't know.
Shriver.
She wanted to
Kennedy.
say for the children.
She
She
did,
She
didn't
didn't.
she?
No, I don't know. She.
Have you ever seen any Arnold's kids? Are they horrible looking?
I
Okay.
haven't seen any of them.
You
Could
know,
you imagine a girl out of Arnold's dick?
Yeah, Lyle Lovett's his son.
Good looking man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice head.
Donald
No,
Trump
he
kids
ain't.
look
Oh,
good, though.
really?
I don't think so.
Oh. Does
Well,
Lyle
Lovett
Love-
used to fuck that big mouth bitch. What was her name?
Julia Roberts.
That's the one.
Roberts.
He ruined her.
See,
For
She had a
me.
huge fucking mouth.
I love it. Oh, I like big, huge mouths. That's another thing I can deal with.
So you want an alligator mouth?
yeah.
You want a beak mouth for
Yeah.
the lips?
Sure.
Lip beaks, like one of them small beaks, not like a parrot.
Little lip beak.
Yeah. And a giraffe neck.
Yeah.
What about their legs? We need legs.
Legs? Don't care.
You know.
You
What
don't
about
care
their
about
arms?
Legs, ass, and titties, all negotiable. All negotiable.
I'm kind of with you.
Yeah, man.
Ass and
All negotiable.
I just like 'em.
titty,
I like them of
ass
all
and
different
titty.
types and sizes.
I like
man.
asses and
I'm-
titties,
I'm
except
a
for
man
horrible asses.
of
I can't. I haven't
variety.
looked at my ass in the mirror in a long time. I'm sure it's not great.
So when they were impeaching Andrew Johnson in 1865,
You're acting like Nick.
in 1865.
Yes.
So he goes out to the public and they said, I'm a president, they've impeached you. He's like, oh no, they didn't impeach me. They were saying that I'm a peach. I'm a peach.
He's the best president we ever had, I think.
Who?
That's you're thinking Jackson,
Trump?
not Johnson.
Oh, Andrew Jackson.
Jackson was the most
He was
psychotic
a
president. we ever
psychopath.
had.
Okay.
He
If
was.
you know your history, look him up. If
he
you don't.
rode on his horse all night to South Carolina to shoot his vice president.
They said that his last quote of being a president was that only thing he regretted was not killing the vice president.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, he was like,
I didn't know that.
I really regret not killing that guy.
He stole Mexico.
He beat up his assassin.
You talking about Andrew Jackson, the same guy on the $20 bill?
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
this guy's a total slave owner.
Wow.
He
Real piece of shit.
he kept an Indian he went to war and killed a bunch of Indians and he kept
And he
one.
kept
Yeah.
one for
Yeah.
for remembering. He made her
He
sit
said
on
he
his.
adopted him, but he was like, I'm your prisoner.
He made him sit on the bookshelf. So he
Yeah.
could just
This is my
reminisce-
Indian.
Just reminisce about
Yeah.
his Indian
Most
boy
people have those like wooden carvings of the Indian going, oh.
and a cigar.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
but he just had a real one. And then
You gotta respect that.
And then when she died, he stuffed him.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Old-
guess his assassin tried to shoot him and his gun misfired, and he beat him with his cane almost to death, and his I don't know if his bodyguards or what had to pull him off of his assassin. He was a fucking complete psychopath.
That's great.
Yeah,
Well,
he's
that's
a good
man.
boy.
So-
He's a good fella.
He's a good
I
boy.
liked him.
What are we at? About an hour in? That's probably a good time for. We got all the segments today.
Fucking
The
Cliff Notes.
Schmegmans.
Yeah.
Fucking Cliff Notes.
The Cliffy Notes.
Fucking Cliff Notes. Same as fucking Cliff Notes.
Same as, what's a tiki bar? I was like, well, it's like in the South Pacific or like Hawaii, they had a lot of, I don't know, Hawaiian ornaments and, fancy umbrella drinks. I think them boys after World War II were running around and banging those Southern Pacific gals.
I am the greatest generation. Now that I have the coconut rum, and I want it in a coconut.
And with a fucking
With an
umbrella.
umbrella. I'm a big hard ass.
And he goes,
I call my son a queer.
well, same as, I thought it was a Jew thing. So I don't know what tiki and Jew means.
Yeah, I don't.
It's Hebrew.
That's not Hebrew. Yeah, I was about to say.
No, it is.
Fucking Cliff
And
Notes.
Ezekiel went to the tiki bar.
Well, have you ever been to a tiki bar? They're kind of disgraceful things.
It's just like a beach themed bar,
I
right?
don't
Yeah, but it's like,
I've never been to one. I don't think.
it's like surfer music in the background.
I
And
don't think I've ever been to a specific one.
if you ever listen to surfer music, the guitar is so twangy and high end, and it's like,
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's
off.
nice.
It's hard to listen to.
I like it.
And
surfer music.
then the reverb's all the way up.
It's like the jazz of rock music.
Hmm.
Ding 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 ding.
I can't
Ukulele
listen to
and
that shit.
With the texture of the guitar.
So you go in there and your ears are bleeding and you drink rum drinks.
Sounds good.
It's a Jew place.
It's a jam. Now you can't trust them. Those going around town in a horse and cart, giving children pennies for empty Coke bottles. World War II comes along. You don't know what to do, so you sell Mile High Stadium to the
The first one.
yeah.
The she.
Is it in the same spot? The old stadium?
They built it in a parking
used to
lot
be.
or
Well,
something.
it really was Pete DeSheeney's dump.
Mm-hmm.
And then but he sold it all for the World War II to Franklin Roosevelt, and they built the Enola Gay out of it.
Out of Mile High? Or his
No,
aluminum
out
cans?
of his aluminum cans and his glass. They didn't have enough aluminum, so they had to load an atomic bomb on there because they didn't know if they'd have enough bombs for the whole war.
Did you know, I just learned, Tesla and Albert Einstein, Tesla, he came up with this thing that would, it was like a death ray. It would just shoot stuff out of the sky. And so they both presented it to the, who was it? Which president?
Franklin Delano Roosevelt
Was it Roosevelt?
for World War II.
Well, I thought, what's his name actually dropped him, though.
I was Harry, the most handsome Truman.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Handsy boy Truman. And so they both, like, hey, mine won't really do anything except for save everybody. It's like a Skynet. So if anybody shot anything at us, it would just shoot it out of the sky. And then Einstein was like, mine blew up a bunch of Japs. And so they bought the Jap killer.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of fucked up?
Yeah, Einstein, he had, when he stuck his tongue out that one time, that
There you
was
go.
on a post-it, and they couldn't get him off of that post-it to this day.
There ain't no money
Wasn't
in
Einstein
saving
forced to
everyone.
make the atomic bomb though? Like he wasn't. Like,
I don't know. Those fucking crazy
It
scientist
was,
boys.
yeah, wheelchair man was going around in his wheelchair, and not the Hawking, I'm talking about the
Roozy boy.
Roosevelt. He was in his wheelchair going around whipping Japanese people in San
I'll
Francisco.
give you the polio.
And he said,
Mhm.
what we were talking about Nikolai Tesla. He was a very distant cousin of mine. I have some people that come from the outer part of Latvia, is where Nikolai Tesla's from, but I'm not quite sure where Nikolai Tesla's from. But he's my 14th cousin.
Death
Great.
ray.
I get
Death Ray.
3 cents for.
The wheelchair Roosevelt's not the one that like clubbing squirrels and shit, right?
No, that
was
one
his brother or
yeah,
cousin
Ted
or
It was
whatever.
his cousin
Or-
Theodore.
That's a good name. Why don't they bring back Theodore?
Yeah,
Theodore's
would
a
be
good
one.
name.
Everybody's called like Lexus and
Because Teddy's a shitty name. And
Oh,
that's what
I
they
heard
would call him.
other day, there's this new show on Netflix that Joel Hale. It's kind of like Tosh.0 but Netflix.
Huh. Interesting.
And they had a Maury clip on there,
Yeah.
and the mom's name was Lasagna,
That's great.
but it was spelled like LASAG. No, J. It was spelled all fucking funny.
Wow.
It was like L apostrophe Zanya, like Z-O-N or something like that.
Zanya.
Fucking, that's why they should have put the bomb on us.
They're out.
That's why they should have done it.
Bring it on, baby. Bring it on.
You think they would hit Aurora though?
Yeah, because of those
the golf
golf
balls.
balls.
Yeah, the golf.
Hey, what are
balls.
those?
Yeah,
actually?
they want the golf balls.
They're-
Satellites.
Yeah, they're
That's-
Radar.
Yeah, it's radar to see if they're sending nukes to us.
It's
Right on.
No,
And
it's
it's
just
right here in A-Town.
No, it's radars to check for grow houses.
They probably are just grow houses now on the inside
They
of those
probably,
golf balls.
they probably just grow weed in there now.
That brought me up another crazy story.
Uh-oh.
I went to that local garden shop today. I was working in the Garden today.
Yes.
And so I went to buy some sorrel.
Mm.
And the lady I was checking out, and she goes, whatever it was, $25. And she goes, I'm real loopy right now on the Chantix. And I was like, good for you. I was on Chantix. I haven't smoked for like 10 years. My cat tried to eat my marijuana. It was under a lamp.
That's funny.
And that was the end of that, too.
That was a great
I didn't know what to
conversation.
say.
That's cool, man.
What do you say to the marijuana
Well,
lady?
You say, well,
I
let's
hope
go
that you
spark
weren't-
up a doober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
that
that's
sounds
a-
about good right now.
Yeah.
I'm high on marijuana.
I got to smoke a doober tonight.
I've got a marijuana habit I've started.
Nice. Have you seen,
Just started?
Just started several months ago.
Have you seen they can 3D print weed now? I shared it on Facebook. I
How?
don't know if you got to see it, but I don't know. It's just like 'cause they have like the chemicals or compounds like THC and stuff, and they can decide what goes in, like how much THC you want to have in it.
So, but
That
does
was
it look
CBD.
like weed? Or is it
No,
just
it's like a rope.
Oh.
It's
It's
like
weird.
what?
It looks like a rope.
You
can
smoke it?
No, it's gonna be edible. It's for,
Tell 'em I
for
want-
edibles and
Tell
stuff.
them to make mine with 11
But you'll be able to
THC.
decide like how much CBD to THC and like
I guess
strains
that part's
specific
cool,
and stuff.
but-
It's pretty crazy.
They
You
should,
Making
really
it edible, I guess that's cool.
they
Yeah,
should print me a goddamn mushrooms. I want to take mushrooms every day.
it'll
now.
happen.
Just
I,
grow your
uh,
own. They're easy.
Yeah,
I
there's-
started growing them mushrooms you gave me forever ago.
Oh, yeah?
Working
Are they
good.
hallucinogenic?
I don't think so. I think they're oyster.
Yeah, get a fucking fish aquarium and some spores.
Yeah, you
Boom.
can even extract spores from the shrooms you buy off the black market and grow them
Fucking
yourself.
blacks. Ooh,
I don't know how
that
you do it,
market.
but you could probably figure it out on YouTube.
It just matters how
Yeah.
dry they are, I imagine.
Yeah.
Well,
if
I
they're like
just don't-
I know
dried,
can
you
do
probably
spore
can't get them
prints and
much.
stuff from them.
Interesting.
I just don't want to. I don't like being alive. And I prefer very much when everything's a little wavy.
Yeah, it's nice.
Altered.
Yeah.
I need to fucking do something.
I took a drink.
This
on
is actually a month
Saturday
today.
night, but I didn't-
Damn.
No, nothing.
And I thought, and then I told the woman, she's like, "You can start drinking every day again, aren't you? Because you're drinking on the Saturday night." And I told
You
her,
mushed her face into the concrete?
no. But I said,
Oh.
"Oh no, this is just this." I didn't even mush her nothing. So,
Didn't
but
even
then
mush
on
her
last night was Sunday night. It was Easter night, and then I go home and I took a good chunk of marijuana edible, and I just wasn't feeling funky enough, so I started violently chugging vodka. And she was like, "I told you very much that you were going to start drinking all the time." I was like, "But baby, it's Easter night.
It is Easter night.
Yeah, he is risen.
I gotta wash."
He
down."
is risen.
That's some fucking terrible grammar.
It is some
He's
terror
a pretty good guy, Ryzen.
He's
Rising.
rising.
He must have
He-
been real strong, move that cave or
I should
or
have
that.
said Christ and rising.
Christ and Ryzen. I always every time I see him, I laugh because of that wooden wig he wears.
There's this big church back home that they always do like they wait for Jesus.
Oh
I just think it's
my
hilarious because
God.
they like a
Jesus.
huge fire and they all sit around it
Fuck
for the
me.
whole night. of
Oh, they're
Easter.
waiting for him to come back.
Yeah, they wait for the sun to come up.
Oh,
is
It's
that
not
mean
Jesus,
Jesus-
you fucks?
I don't. It makes me nervous to see.
But
the
they have
sunrise.
signs and shit.
It makes you nervous to what?
I have to
Watch
watch
the
it every
sunrise.
morning, watching my dog poo out back.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's nice. Her ass is
I don't mind
I love
excreting a
watching the
nice
sunrise.
dookie.
I like it more than the sunset.
And then the sun's up.
Now Pete, his
You know-
family, they were in a Christian sect that believed that Jesus was born. It was miraculously, but it wasn't a virgin birth. They believed that he was born rectally. So every
Oh,
night
dear.
on Christmas, they would sit around in the living room, taking turns shitting into a chamber pot, hoping the next turd was the second coming of Jesus Christ on earth.
Well, dear.
That's good.
Yeah,
Take turns shit into a pot. I like it.
a chamber pot,
A chamber pot.
and not just any pot. It wouldn't be like a terracotta pot for your cactus.
Are they made out of
Right.
different things to hold in that shit?
Well, this one was a poo-poo pot.
Them poo-poo pots.
Yeah.
What a piece of shit humans we are. We've always been pieces of shit, even before these
Yeah.
days.
Poo-poo pots.
Hey, my poo-poo pot's full. Open the window.
San
And they just
Francisco's-
fucking pour it on the assholes below them.
San Francisco's having a real big problem with people shitting in the streets. Have you seen that? It's like starting
Yeah.
to cause a bunch of diseases and shit.
Well,
like
why
it
is
used to back
everybody
in the day.
shitting in the street?
There's so many homeless people out there.
Yeah, it's hobo central.
Yeah, but
Silicon Valley fucked them all.
fucking silicone. It's a good sealant, though.
It's good to do dabs out of, too.
If you fly to
Yeah.
Mars, you're gonna have to rub your own poo-poo on the walls.
That's what they say. I think it was just somebody who was like, how are we going to keep this radiation away? He didn't do his homework. So he was like, a poop! You put the poop on the wall!
Poop-a-doop.
Well, they say you just put them in baggies and hang it on the wall. But I just imagine them smearing it everywhere.
Yeah, you got to smear it. It won't work if you don't smear it.
Oh,
That's
they
one
just
thing.
had a space boy land on the Earth, didn't they, today?
Space.
That was
Oh,
very
that was
disappointing.
loud.
Landing on
I
the
wanted
Yeah,
to-
it was Mark wanted to land on Aurora.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
space thing.
Oh, that thing, the debris is from
Oh,
space,
yeah,
the
okay,
Chinese
I see what you're
space debris.
I wanted that.
Yeah,
You know
hey-
what I wanted that thing to do? I wanted that space station to land on that goddamn nun from that basketball. team.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I hate
didn't.
that nun.
I just heard about her today.
That's great.
Some lonely
it's this
piece of
bitch.
shit woman can't find any love, so she marries Jesus, and I'm supposed to give a shit about her basketball
Right,
team?
right.
And didn't she leave early or something?
Yeah, they were getting.
Yeah, because they got their
Well,
ass
well,
kicked.
number one, I was hoping
Got their
she was
ass
going to get
kicked.
gang fucked at Senate Court after the game after they lost 500-2.
By one of them big boys.
Right.
Yeah, but no, they had to take it. They were getting killed so bad they wheeled it out of there. She was weeping. She went and crawled into a coffin, and she said she's not coming out until 2022.
Is that when they're going back to the championship?
I don't know. But if you hang out in a coffin for a couple of years, it gives you an extra little time on
He's
it.
trying to top Jesus with his 3 days.
Yeah, he was.
I'm
Yeah,
tired
what
of
a
these.
puss.
It happens a lot even at the Bronco games. He's been to every game since you got to win for him. If you don't win
1960.
for him,
Yeah.
and then they die.
Oh, dead.
Do you see them?
What a shitty life to go to every
My
game.
grandfather waited until the
Right?
Colorado Rockies won the
Fucking
World
hate that.
Series.
Me
to
too.
die. And he said he wouldn't die until they won the World Series, and so thank God they won the World Series last year, so he could rest in paradise.
Pyro dice.
Oh, rest in peace.
Even going to like every Super Bowl, I wouldn't even want to do that.
Could you imagine how expensive that would be?
Yeah, but I mean, even if you had free tickets, I'd be like, yeah, I've seen 20 of them. I'm done.
Well, most of them really aren't that good of a game.
Right.
They're usually pretty one-sided.
Fuck.
And
but
you
it-
got to look at one of the Manning boys half the time.
Right.
Disgusting family.
Imagine
Football.
going to every home game.
Wasn't their daddy a shooter too?
Yep.
Was he any in Super Dogs?
Now he was a New Orleans Saint.
He was their dad was a player too. I didn't know
Yeah.
that. It's fucking crazy.
Can't you tell by the look on their face?
His name was
Darlings.
Archie Man.
Down syndrome. Nobody knew that you're hypersexual with Down syndrome, and you could throw a hell of a spiral, and you could carry like 6 people.
Right?
Didn't the NFL just change a bunch of rules and shit too?
Yeah, something
You
about
can't leave with your helmet anymore.
Is that
for
the only rule
anything,
change?
Anything.
what
like-
now?
You can't put your helmet down and just lead with your helmet.
Oh, I thought you said leave with it. They're like, you leave that in the goddamn locker room. You keep stealing all the helmets.
I didn't read anything else.
Well, and
but
something about that pass.
Something about the catch rule.
Yeah, like that one that lost the game. They made that legal now or something.
Oh, really?
Or did they win the game with it? I don't remember.
I couldn't tell you.
Come on,
They-
football correspondence.
You know,
What game?
I'm losing my interest in
Yeah.
football. I just really don't care about it anymore. Like,
Hello, Kayleen.
it's not the same game that I
Yeah.
fell in love with,
Agreed.
and I just don't care.
Pete Deschini.
I'm just mad that Trevor Siemian didn't get the job. Fuck everyone.
My wife's
Still.
dying.
Yeah, he looked like John
I'm-
Elroy and
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
What do you want me to do here?
I'm going to.
That.
I'm gonna be a Minnesota Vikings fan.
There you go.
Trevor Simeon looked like John Elroy and Peyton Manning jerked off on a turd.
Yeah.
They look like they were the parents of
No,
them.
gotta go to
I
the
agree.
store.
I agree. It's yeah.
Can you bring some of this shit that I have?
Yeah, I agree that they.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like the two of them put together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that meant he was going to win 9 Super Bowls.
If they would just let him.
9.
If they would have let him bloom.
It wasn't his fault his arm fell off.
Yeah, that's right. He has Demarius Thomas as a fucking wide receiver, dude.
Demarius is good.
I guess.
You'll be all right.
What?
Drops Thomas.
Oh, you know who drops more than Demarius Thomas?
Who's that?
Jared Fogle.
Yeah. Yeah, he
I
just.
like Demarius because he's vegan.
Oh yeah. That's why he doesn't fucking. That's why he hasn't performed in years.
Nonsense. He had a great year this year. He had 10,000
Okay.
balls.
10,000.
He had
Alright.
10,000 strikes
I
this
don't know.
year.
Yeah, I don't
Who
know
did,
about football
Pete
anymore.
Dasheeny? Who did?
By this time next
Demarion.
year, I won't be eating meat, and
Demarius
I won't watch
Thompson.
football anymore.
You won't be eating weed?
I won't be eating meat.
Oh, I thought you said weed.
That too.
Meat?
I had cauliflower meat for dinner.
You see they'd,
I'm gonna get all my protein from hemp.
she wants some cauliflower. Somebody
want-
get her cauliflower.
Let's go eat. I'm down to eat.
She's allergic to everything, it turns out.
God damn it.
She used to make fun of me for being a
I would just
inferior dog.
I just eat
Now
it anyways.
she's the one.
I eat everything. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm not really.
Yeah, I
allergic to
usually don't. Well, if you were, you probably wouldn't care.
Yeah.
anything.
It takes a long time of miserable shit.
I'm becoming allergic to meat.
There's a tick
Yeah.
that does that. Have you seen that?
A tick?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
a good tick.
I forget what it's called, but there's a tick out in Texas that if it bites you, it makes you allergic to meat.
Oh, yeah. No, it
It's
was
something like the longhorn. maybe,
No,
or
it ended up
something.
being like Lyme disease type shit.
Yeah, but it's like a
Yeah,
new
yeah,
form
yeah.
or something. It's weird.
Right.
It makes them like
Uh,
sick whenever they eat
I
meat.
listened to Radio Lab
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
where
Is
I
that
got
where
it.
you got it
Mhm.
from? Okay, cool. Yeah.
That's a smart tick. Now those people ain't going to eat him because they're allergic to tick meat.
Yeah.
I can see some shit
man.
like that happening though. Make us all done with meat.
I will never take it off.
You wore this to
I'm
Easter.
a guru.
Oh, really? You've been wearing it all around, huh?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's good. I'm glad you're wearing it in multiple places.
Yes, I'm
it
a
might be
guru.
your thing
He's
now.
trying to
just
start
wear
his
it to work.
own-
I like
to
it.
serve tomorrow.
Yeah.
Not just behind the bar.
I like it.
You don't want to get beer on that. It's hard to get out.
Yeah, I don't want to get beer on
That's
this
true.
one. Maybe when I get my other robe.
You don't want to get any other stains on it because then girls save that for many years and get you in trouble.
Ain't that the smartest thing in the world?
Yeah,
right?
guys would never have that much idea of playing
Those
that
gals is real smart. Yeah, come on my dress.
Yeah, come on, my dress.
And we're like, no problem. I really like dress jism. That's my thing. It's kind of my
And they're
thing.
just saving it for litigation.
That's
Fuckers.
smart.
It is really smart.
Only against people
Especially
I don't
like
like.
Monica Lewinsky's day. Like,
Yeah.
how she even thought of that.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
Like, I understand how.
I think it was probably
Trump's-
by accident and it just clicked.
Well,
Yeah.
At that point in time, they were just getting into like forensic
Right.
evidence and stuff. So like,
I mean, what
she
year was that?
Pretty smart.
1997 or 8.
And then
Yeah,
no
I
one's
think
over it
96,
yet.
Yeah.
No one's over it
No
yet.
one's over.
They're
it.
like, hey, that porn star's got big old tits. Monica Lewinsky.
How dare you?
She did
Everybody
it.
was over it until then, until this, so.
Yeah, so what? So Bill Clinton is that's what we're going to strive for? I mean, I don't know. Fuck, who gives a shit?
Yeah, who
Right.
gives a shit?
You know, who
I
I
bet
hope the
you
next
know.
president of the United States is Jake Plummer.
Yeah.
He comes out of.
I'm in.
That would be better if everybody just had a spiral contest. That's how you
Yeah.
pick them.
Like
But
a
I bet you
QB.
that
QB
that
border
Clinton's
contest.
vegan now and he looks pretty good. I bet you that Lewinsky's real pissed. She had to suck the fat dick.
Yeah, the fat dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that is. I feel bad for all the chicks who had to fuck me when I was fat.
Yeah, Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah.
Lewinsky.
Sorry, chicks.
and,
Sorry,
uh,
chicks.
I didn't mean to call you chicks either.
Hey, broads, you fucking took my dick, broad.
I just refer to all women well, this is, I mean, it's plural, but I don't have an S on it. I just call women coos.
Coos.
Cuckoo.
Just the-
Cuckoos.
What's going on?
Cuckoo.
You know, gonna go see some, we're gonna hang out with some coos.
I'm so hungry.
Not even if I don't have to have intercourse with them. They still have a coos.
I like offending women. It's not that hard.
What are we gonna eat after this?
I don't know. I think this has been a good podcast. Anybody got any
Eat
plugs?
Some pie. Yeah,
No.
My
I'm-
brother.
I'm a guru.
Let's see here.
Follow me.
He's a new guru.
I'm a guru. I want to tell you all about the way to live.
Hey.
This is what you do.
This is
Just have a pastrami and rice sandwich sometimes.
pastrami and rice.
Yeah, pastrami and rice sandwich, but make it vegan pastrami.
Yeah.
BBOGPP cast.
You have a place where we can smoke and do the Adam Dunn show this week? Hit us up.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Oh, did you get kicked out of your other place?
We did that at Airbnb last week.
Brothersbear.com.
Ah.
Oh, You guys are paying rent to go to an Airbnb?
No, someone else had one, and we just ended up
Oh.
doing it there. It was funny.
Go to our new email, bbppcast@gmail.com. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, brother. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Look at our ugly faces.
Yum.
That's the night my brother met his wife.
Mm.
And we
It
made
is.
that nice picture. See you next week, maybe.